Good day everyone, this is Jacquelyn E from BSEd Social Studies, your reporter for today. Today, I will discuss the amendments to certain sections of Republic Act 7836 or the Republic Act 9293, otherwise known as the Philippine Teachers Professionalization Act of 1994. At the end of this discussion, you should be able to define what is RA number 9293, explain how the amendments in RA number 9293 support the teaching profession, and compare Section 15 of Republic Act 7836 from Republic Act 9293. So what is Republic Act number 9293? It is an act amending certain sections of Republic Act numbered 7836, otherwise known as the Philippine Teachers Professionalization Act of 1994. After Presidential Decree 1006 and Republic Act 7836, so we have another law which is Republic Act 9293, known as an act amending certain sections of RA number 7836. In this topic, they have made an amendments or minor changes in certain sections of Republic Act number 7836. So this is now what you call Republic Act number 9293. I will be discussing to you the sections that was amended by the Congress. So for Section 1, Qualification Requirements of Applicants. So for Section 1, Qualification Requirements of Applicants, so here Section 1, Section 15 of RA 7836 is hereby amended as follows. Section 15, Qualification Requirements of Applicants. No applicant shall be admitted to take the examination unless on the date of filing of the application he shall have complied with the following requirements: a graduate of a school, college, or university recognized by the government and possesses the minimum educational qualifications as follows. For teachers in preschool, a bachelor's degree in early education or its equivalent. For teachers in the elementary grades, a bachelor's degree in elementary education or its equivalent. For teachers in the secondary grades, a bachelor's degree in education or its equivalent with a major and minor, or a bachelor's degree in arts and sciences with at least 18 units in professional education. And for teachers of vocational and two-year technical courses, a bachelor's degree in the field of specialization or its equivalent, with at least 18 units in professional education. So these are the requirements you should be a graduate. Let me show you a comparison of Section 15 of RA 7836 from RA 9293. So in RA 7836, it is stated that for teachers in the secondary grades, a bachelor's degree in education or its equivalent with a major and minor, or a bachelor's degree in arts and sciences with at least 10 units in professional education. While in RA number 9293, for teachers in the secondary grades, a bachelor's degree in education or its equivalent with at least 18 units in professional education. So in RA number 7836, it is only required 10 units of professional education for teachers and secondary grades, while in the amended law, which is in RA number 9293, they have changed it to requiring 18 units and professional education. Let's go to section number 2 for the registration and exemption. Section 2, Section 26 of the same Act is hereby amended as follows. Section 26, Registration and Exemption. No person shall engage in teaching and or act as a professional teacher as defined in this act, whether in the preschool, elementary or secondary level, unless the person is a duly registered professional teacher and a holder of valid certificate of registration and a valid professional license, or a holder of a valid special or temporary permit, unless he passed the board exam and he became a licensed teacher. Upon approval of the application and payment of the prescribed fees, the certificate of registration and professional license as a professional teacher shall be issued without examination as required in this act to be a qualified applicant who is a holder of a certificate of eligibility as a teacher issued by the Civil Service Commission and the Department of Education, Culture and Sports, or a registered professional teacher with the National Board for Teachers under the Department of Education, Culture and Sports, or DEX, pursuant to Presidential Decree Number 1006. So, in this Section 26 is amended to read as follows. So, professional teachers, as you can see, who have not practiced for 5 years shall at least take 12 units of educational courses consisting of at least 6 units of pedagogy, 6 units of content course allowed to practice their profession in the country. Here, those who have failed the licensure examination for professional teachers with a rating, as you can see, not lower than 5 percentage points from the passing general average rating shall be eligible as a para-teachers upon issuances by the board of a 2-year special permit, renewable for a non-extendable period of 2 years. Again, then, these para-teachers shall be assigned to areas where there is a shortage or absence of a professional teacher, as identified and provided by the Department of Education and the Autonomous Region for Muslim Mindanao, or ARMM Education Department. Also, a special permit may also be issued by the board to a person. And for Section 3, Section 31 of the same Act is hereby amended to read as follows. Section 31, Transitory Provision. Special permits with a validity of 3 and 5 years issued to para-teachers by the board for professional teachers before the effectivity of this act shall be allowed to expire based on the period granted therein, provided that only special permits with a validity of 3 years may be renewed upon expiration for a non-extendable period of 2 years. As you can see, para-teachers may be given 3 years or 5 years validity of a special permit. So, those para-teachers with a special permit with validity of 3 years will be allowed to be renewed upon expiration for a non-extendable period of 2 years. Section 4. References to the term Department of Education, Culture and Sports. In Section 4 and Section 25 and the term DECS in Section 20 of the same Act are hereby amended to read as follows. Department of Education or DepEd respectively, if before we used to call Department of Education, Culture and Sports, it is now amended to Department of Education or DepEd. For Section 5, Separability Clause. If for any reason any section or provision of this Act or the application of such section and provision to any person in circumstance is declared unconstitutional or invalid, no other section or provision of this Act shall be affected thereby. And for Section 6, Repealing Clause, all law, decrees, circulars, administrative orders, rules and regulation, and other issuances which are inconsistent with the provisions of this Act are hereby repealed or modified accordingly. Section 7. Effectivity. This Act shall take effect upon approval.